Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Miley, and I am here to give you all a collective message for the week of April 6th through April 12th, 2025. Before we jump right into your reading, I would like for you to know that you have free will to listen to the message that I channel today through the cards, and I hope that regardless of the decision you make, you will make your decision based on your own inner guidance. Because this is a general reading, parts of the channeled message may or may not resonate, so if it does not resonate, release and do not force it to resonate for whatever your life situation may be at the time you are seeing this video. Now that I saw all of that, let's jump right into your week ahead reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Emperor upright, the King of Swords reversed, and the Empress card also reversed. Okay, well, for starters, I am getting a focused energy with the Emperor card. I'm seeing you take charge and doing what you need to be doing this week, accomplishing what you want to accomplish. But with the Empress reversed, it feels like it's to your detriment. It feels like you could potentially lose sight of what's important. There is an approval of the masculine energy, but a disapproval of the feminine. You are able to see the value of the masculine, but not the value of the feminine. I'm getting the visual of someone who is put into an elevated position of power, and once they reach this certain level, it's like they abandon who they are and what they represent, and they lose that ability to be able to connect and relate to others, and they start to shift into being this selfish person that wants to stay on top for their own selfish benefit. And people who used to like this person no longer like the direction this person is headed, and they want to distance themselves from this person. Or these people feel like they were left behind by this person, so that could be another reason as to why these people would like to distance themselves from this person. With the King of Swords reversed, I am picking up on the word dictator, so this person may have the energy of wanting to change directions and instead want to become a dictator or someone with more power to control certain things. Another way that I am seeing these cards is that it might not be as serious as this. It could just be that for the week you may slip into the energy of someone who has neglected themselves. Think of it as someone who has locked themselves away with their work for a week, and they haven't showered or bathed in days, and they have been surviving off of snacks and ramen noodles and energy drinks. They haven't touched a cup of water and a nutritious meal in a hot minute. And if you were to catch a glimpse of this person, they would look unwell. They are glued to their desk, and the only light that is on in their room is their desk lamp. They also haven't been able to get a good night's rest. They could be stressed and overwhelmed with what they have been tasked to complete by the end of the week. And they are controlling in the sense that if someone were to come into this room to interrupt them and tell them, hey, are you hungry? Do you want to go out with me and hang out? Do you want to go and grab something to eat with me? This person would be pissed that someone took them out of their zone and would say, no, leave me alone. I'm busy. I told you I was busy. You're distracting me. Please get out. That is the energy that some of you may potentially slip into this week if you are not careful. And now the Three of Wands upright is here in your reading to say, go touch some grass. Go get some sunlight if you can, because you need it. You need to change up your environment because you cannot be locked away in your room forever. It is okay to take a quick pause and smell the fresh air instead of the stuffy air you've been inhaling for the past 3 to 4 days. Open the window, open the blinds to let some sunlight in, cook yourself an actual meal, and if you can't cook, go and order yourself a meal. Even better, go out and order yourself a meal and sit and eat at the restaurant you ordered your meal from. Or eat your food somewhere outside at a park on a bench and just take in the scenery that is right in front of you. Be in the moment with yourself. Go for a walk and explore what's in your area that you didn't even know was in your area. I'm picking up on creative blocks, so some of you may feel stuck with the progress you have been trying to make with something. But once you change up your routine, that creative block will slowly start to disappear. You have a brand new energy that you have tapped into that will allow you to expand your perspective on certain things in life. And when you look back, you'll realize that you have been driving yourself insane being locked away in your room with your work or your studies. Whatever routine you had going on before was not working in hindsight. You may have thought that being really locked in with what had your focus was going to get done with brute force and you being really strict with yourself. But in actuality, the opposite was true. There was no need for you to force yourself to begin with. There was an imbalance that was happening between your masculine and your feminine energy, and the universe was calling for you to use these energies together to optimize on producing the best quality of work you can put out there, while also ensuring that your well-being is also taken care of. You'll feel much happier and proud of yourself when you do this. You'll feel like you're making much more better decisions for yourself. I'm also picking up on someone cleaning their home, but they are overwhelmed with what needs to be done that they either don't do it at all, or they try to multitask to the point that they have finished all of their chores. You don't have to overwhelm yourself with doing too much at once. Just pick a chore or two to start and finish for today, and pick a chore to start and finish for tomorrow. I'm getting that you'll thrive more when you have a sense of structure and you try to commit to it. And you know what kind of structure will work best for you for this week. The next tarot cards that have come out in your reading are the Hierophant upright and the Two of Wands upright as the clarifying card. I'm getting that some of you may have the opportunity to expand in some way if you want to take this opportunity, because I'm also seeing that it is a choice that you have to make. This could be for work, or I am picking up on deciding whether or not you want to study abroad. You could be traveling to share your knowledge with others, or maybe you are not traveling far away physically, but you are connecting with others from around the world through the internet, and that's how you are sharing your knowledge and wisdom. There is this energy of wanting more and wanting to have an impact on the world. It's like if a character in a movie had a dream of saving the world and making it a better place when they were a child, and then when they got older, their dream is still their dream. They are living a life of advocacy as their career, and they're very well known. But one day, they are put in a position of extreme power, and they are learning to adjust to having this kind of power. And there are people who have to teach this person their way of life with having this amount of power and influence. They are asking this person to conform to their way of living as a way to say, come to the dark side, and it's okay to be selfish and take from others as long as you remain on top of the world. Who cares what other people are thinking and saying about you? And for a while, this person does take on this type of lifestyle for a bit. They have lost their way, but then they start to see the effects of how they are behaving and the decisions they're making, that by the end of the movie, the main character finds their way back home to themselves and they remember why they were put into the position of power in the first place, because they created a community that supported their dream of making the world a better place. And that's what the main character will do for their people. I just gave you a whole movie story, and I don't even know what movie this is or if it even exists, but I hope you understand what I am trying to say. For this week, there is this energy of wanting to do more to create change in your life, and you can create change in your life, but it's going to take some time. This week might indicate a small progression in change that you are wanting, but you might feel like it's not enough, and maybe it's not, but you can't force it too much, because there are things in place that need to come at their own divine timing that can bring together the massive progression you want to see in your life. I'm sensing some of you get a little antsy, get a little impatient, but I'm getting that one, you need to remember that you just made progress that should be celebrated. Be proud of yourself for this small achievement. And two, you need to remember to go and take care of yourself. You can't keep going and pushing forward in the state that you are in. Some of you out there may have been neglecting yourself so much that you are starting to lose the plot a little bit. You're starting to lose sight of all of the other things that are important to you in your heart and important to you for your human body to thrive and continue on. The Page of Swords upright is here in your reading, and it does confirm this youthful energy that I am feeling. It's like you have this fighting energy within you that makes you feel powerful and that you can do anything. And a wise old person comes along and says, whoa, slow down. I like your enthusiasm, but if we want to do something right, we got to do this in a particular way. And some of you could be the old wise person, while others of you could be the enthusiastic young person that's saying, screw that, I want to do things my way. And then maybe you go out and you cause a little bit of trouble. Maybe you decide to start a fight, either physically or verbally. I'm seeing both either way, and you're doing this to spark some sort of positive change. You want to get the ball rolling, or you draw the kind of attention to yourself that you didn't want in the first place. And then you quickly learn that your way of doing things wasn't quite the best way. Your way of doing things would have needed some fine-tuning before you executed the plan. And then the old person is looking at you like, so do you see why we have to do certain things the right way and take our time and be patient now? Are you starting to understand the method to our madness? We understand that you are wanting to create change, and we don't want to be the ones that kill that spark within you. We want you to maintain it, but your bubble does need to be burst before we continue on with what we were doing. And so there is a delay with how fast you want for change to occur. But again, you are still making progress, even if it's slow. I am sensing that there needs to be better planning for this week if you do want to see positive progress. Pulling more cards for your reading, you have the Knight of Wands upright and the Ten of Wands reversed as a clarifying card. And some of you are wanting to play hero for the week. There's this vibe of you wanting to swoop in and save the day. You want to be the leader. You want to be in charge. You are wanting to show bravery and fearlessness, which are good qualities to want to showcase, but I'm getting to not rush things and burden yourself by putting everything on your shoulders. It's too much for you to carry all at once with so little time. You could potentially burn yourself out. You're exerting too much energy too quickly instead of taking your time and pacing yourself. There's too much forcing that you are doing this week that you could collapse, or everything that you once were able to carry, you now don't have the strength to hold them, and so you drop everything, which is something that you didn't want to happen in the first place. I'm seeing all the responsibilities you once had, you no longer have because you're tired. You can't continue on like how you wanted to, and now you really feel as though you're not making any progress like you wanted to. I'm getting that some may try to really put pressure on themselves, which will make things harder for them in the end. You're headed towards stress if you are not careful. It's the difference between cramming for a test the day before versus planning and setting special time to study for the test each day throughout the week so you feel ready and prepared to take it without worry or stress. The final tarot card for your reading is the Six of Pentacles upright, and I'm unsure why, but I am getting teamwork from this card. The visual in the card is a woman handing two gifts to two people, one gift per person. And it's like she's saying, here is your gift and the responsibilities that come with it, and here is your gift and the responsibilities that come with it. The woman in the card holding the gifts in her hands has already been blessed with her gift, and she is utilizing it to share with others. Just like how I said earlier in your reading, how you may be sharing knowledge to others this week, this knowledge that you could have, maybe your gift. It's like one teacher who specializes in math is sharing their gift to teach math, and another teacher who specializes in history is sharing their gift to teach history. I'm seeing a community that is starting to form and come together and uplift each other because everyone is doing their part in sharing their gifts and knowledge with the world, and no one is uplifting the community alone. Everyone has their own set of responsibilities that play an important part in building the world around them to be better. Whatever you are doing this week, just know that you are not alone. You are not doing everything by yourself. And because you are not doing everything by yourself, the Empress card is wanting to tell you that you don't need to sacrifice your well-being to play your part in the world in the grand scheme of things. There's no need to force anything. There's no need to push yourself past your physical limit to the point of passing out. Get really good at managing everything to prevent yourself from experiencing these burnouts. But that's if you want to. At the end of the day, you have free will to do whatever you want with your life. The Two of Wands upright is reminding me to tell you that it's your choice in the end how you would like to operate your week ahead. But the universe does also want for you to avoid any disasters that could come from doing things that are reckless and could destroy what you have been working so hard for. It would be the difference between staying up late and not setting an alarm for your first day at your new job tomorrow and waking up feeling rushed and stressed because you're about to be late, versus having the self-control to go to bed early, set an alarm, waking up to have a peaceful morning so your mood is already in the right place and you arrive on time at your destination. Moving on from that, now that we are nearing the end of your reading, I would like to give you your oracle card from the Work Your Light Oracle Cards deck for the advice you need to receive or the advice you may need to carry with you for the week of April 6th through April 12th, 2025. And the card that came out for you was the Lemuria card that says, "Creating Heaven on Earth, It's Happening." And reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, Lemuria, or Mu, is one of Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on Earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony, all beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on Earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team who, at a soul level, are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes to remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you are doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. And for your Work Your Light transmission, it says, hold the card on your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on Earth. And with that, I believe that that is all that I have for you all today. I hope that the messages within this reading resonated with you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. See ya!